Aloha, and welcome to Mana Inspiration with yours truly, Note Endurance. And like always, we're going to have our weekly scripture. This week's scripture is Proverbs 31, verse 31, which states, "Honor her for all her hands have done, and let her works bring praise to the city gates." Now, honor her, this brings me to Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are listening to this and that everyone out there in general. Now, Abraham Lincoln, off of that, honor her, he says, "All that I am and all that I hope to be, I owe it to my mother." Now, I seen this saying and I couldn't agree more. And it says, life doesn't come with a manual, it comes with a mom. And I don't know what I would do without mine. And I want to give a special thanks to my mom. I love you. I was going to do salute to the troops. I don't know why, but I love you, Mom. And I want to say thank you for all that you have done for and sacrificed for our family. Now, I also heard this song from Boys to Men. It's a song from Mama, and it always brings a tear to my eye thinking of the sacrifices and everything that moms have done for one another. And it brings me to this story about, let's just start, there was a party. Now, this party, there was two boys, and they were rivals against, neighborhoods, gangs, whatever you want to call it. Now, they got into an altercation. Now, during that altercation, a gun went off, but somebody got shot. Now, that young boy, he had a mom. Now, during the trial, the young boy that passed away and got shot, his mom was there to see what happened to her baby boy. Now, during this time, she was crushed, heartbroken, really lonely of what happened. So during the whole court case, she told the judge, "This kid is an animal. Lock him up for the rest of his life." Now, she was just talking out of frustration, anger, all this because she just lost her baby boy. Now, I don't know what other people would want to do. Probably want to try to hurt that other person physically for this happening. Now, the mom ended up going to a deep depression, not talking to anybody for a couple years. 2, 3, 4 years go by. Now, all of a sudden, she comes across a message about forgiveness. So she decides maybe it's time for me to forgive the kid that, maybe killed my son. So she reaches out. At first, he really neglects everything of what basically no communication has nothing to do with her. Now the mom is starting to get persistent. So the boy eventually he gives in. They go and meet up. Now as they talk, she realizes that the boy that took her son's life didn't have that good of a life on an upbringing himself. Now had a lot of heartache. Mom wasn't there. People missing out of his life when her son had everything he needed. How as this she forget began to learn about him and his story, she started feeling more of the forgiveness that she kept hearing about. Now, they kept meeting, they kept interacting. He started softening up to her. As the time was coming out for his probation or his release, she basically asked him if he would like to stay with her. Now, shocking to as it may, she's starting to get the forgiveness. During one of the sessions before he's released, they talk about everything and they start basically forgiving each other. Now, this mother goes above and beyond and takes this other young man into her home, begins mentoring him. Now they have a beautiful relationship. Now, where the story would go or is going is basically on that forgiveness of this mother. I think it takes a mother to do a lot of that forgiveness, a lot of that helping out with one another and giving that chance to that young man. What ended up happening in the outcome, this young man that never had a mom gained a mom. This mom that lost her boy gained a son. Now I challenge you, what are you holding on to that's preventing you from loving? Just like this mom was doing. She was holding on to that grudge, even though that wasn't the silver lining on what was meant to happen and what God had in store for her. Now, I heard this, and to end this on Mother's Day, it says, and this is definitely to my mom, and it says, "To the world, you are a mother, but to our family, you are the world." I love you. Aloha, everybody. Salute to the troop. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. You have a blessed week. Like, share, subscribe to the message. I love you guys. Take it easy.